Here's a sampling of the plants that we're going to put in the garden this year. We've got a variety of different types of lettuce, and we have some tomatoes and some sunflowers, and a few different types of herbs, some basil, some marigolds for color, and some dandelion greens over here, one of my favorites.
So here we are the next day, and as you can see, we've put some plants in here already. We've got some tomatoes over here of different varieties. Karen will tell us about those in a few minutes. We have some extra kale and cruciferous vegetables. You can see those little guys in there between the already existing tree collards. Same thing over here with these tree collard plants. And here's Karen putting in some lettuce and other stuff. Looks like some bok choy down there too. And then over here we've got some tomatoes with the tomato cages. And Karen, from what I recall, we had too many in there last year and everything was really packed in. So in this 8-foot section of bed, you can see where the dividing line is between the two irrigation sections. The one on the left controlled by this valve right in front. So in that 8-foot section that's 8 feet wide by 4 feet deep, we've just got 7 tomato plants in there this year, and we're hoping that each plant will be more productive because the leaves from the adjacent plants won't be blocking the sun and it won't be such a mess, and we'll actually get just as much yield out of fewer plants. And what do we have over here, Karen? It looks like some lettuce. And it looks like, is that bok choy over here?
Well, we have some bok choy. We have some bok choy right over here.
Alrighty.
And then we've got, over here, we've got some Chinese cabbage, better known as napa cabbage.
Ah, good for calcium.
And then in the back row, we have some kale. And then over here in this other part of the bed, we have some little kale plants growing. And we have some cauliflower.
Oh man, alright, I'm psyched about that. So this is our really major green cruciferous chlorophyll mineral department. And the same thing with this bed over on the other side of our tree. So what are these? Those look a little different over here.
That is a sunflower plant.
Oh wow.
Yep.
Wow. Well, it's a good thing it's right next to the stake there, the rebar stake. It'll probably need to, we'll need to tie it to that as it gets bigger.
Yes.
And then how about these other little guys?
That's some more cauliflower back there.
Alrighty.
And then really the whole back row there is cauliflower, and then we have a couple little kale plants here.
Excellent. And then we saw, the viewers already saw the tomatoes over down here. And again, they're a lot more spaced out. I counted, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 plants in a 17 wide by 4 feet deep section. So that ought to be good. Again, spaced out a little more. And then we've got another roughly 8 or 10 foot section here, and let's see, last year we had, was it cucumbers?
We had cucumbers and we had some tomatoes here last year. I think this year I'm going to make it mostly cucumbers with maybe some overflow of bok choy with whatever plants I have left over.
Because we've already got
maybe some lettuce.
Okay, great. So we've already got 20 or so tomato plants, and then we'll probably do a few down there at the end. A few more tomato plants and squash plants down in our unofficial beds, which is just compost on the ground. So coming back over to this end, we see that we've got some cages around the tomatoes. So can you tell us about that, Karen, what the deal is with the cages this year?
Yeah, we decided to use tomato cages this year because the tomatoes, as they grow pretty tall, they really need some support. And in the past I've actually used stakes next to them, and the stakes don't really work that well. So having a tomato cage can help to support the tomato as it grows, and it can also help to keep the tomatoes separated from each other so more easily get to the fruit. Yeah,
because in past years we put a stake in, and then as you know, every few weeks as the tomato plants get bigger, we've got to come re-stake them all the time. All right, so again, we're going to hope that this can, you know, sort of be automatic staking. It's got, the plants have some place to grow into as they grow. And then how about in the back? Are those plants in the back going to have cages around them also?
Yeah, they are. I just have to I have to go out and get some.
So we're just in process right now.
That's right.
Alrighty, well, we've got some good stuff planted, and again down there we're going to plant some other things in that empty corner, and we'll check back in a little while as spring and summer come upon us, and we'll as we're getting closer to harvest time. Alright,